last week we celebrated 2 million video views. You've all been really busy watching the videos, and thank you for the support over the last few years. Now, I got a phone call from Greenhouse Stores and they said, Sean, we'd like to help celebrate your 2 million video views and we're going to send you a shed. So Jeff's coming down now to help. The delivery van is due in 10 minutes. So we have to take this shed down, move all the stuff out, bring the new shed in, build it, and then probably bring all the rubbish back in, and I'll sort it out on a different day. Now, I was going to build my own shed, but when you see this shed, you'll understand. This is a real Bobby Dazzler. So Jeff's come down to give a hand because he's got the drill. So this is where we've got to so far. We've put the floor down. I'm just going to make sure that it's level first. So the old shed is next door. The whole place looks a bit like a bomb site at the moment. So we've just stopped for a cup of tea before we start again. What do you think of the new shed? Where's my food?
Oh, well, that did look so funny. Swap that down so we can see maybe something magical happens. Or maybe not. There we go. Got it. Right. Ready? There you go. Notice how Sean is gently screwing. Gets you warm on a frosty day. It gets you warm on a frosty day. It's looking good, Sean. Didn't take me long to put it up. Ready?
I've been climbing roofs for years.
I know, I've fallen off a few as well.
I have as well.
Now at this point, everybody goes home, and I decide to stay behind to clean up.
Well, you can just about see me there. I'm filming this on my iPhone because my camera is outside. Well, go and get the camera, I can hear you say. Slight problem is, and I'm going to move over here, but it might be a bit dark. I've locked myself in. The little fly latch must have fallen down and I'm stuck. So I've phoned Vivi and her and Graham are just coming down in order to let me out. It's getting quite cold. And as soon as it happened, my first thought was Rick Van Man. Here we go.
Oh. It's just the white shed.
Here they come. The rescuers have turned up. Time for a cup of tea, I think.
Yeah,
Time for another pint. Another pint.
Come on.
After a few days, the shed is now finally finished. And many thanks to Jeff and to Graham for coming along and helping out. So, it's not finished inside. I still need to construct tables and things, but I know you're chomping at the bit to have a look So let's have a little shed tour. I've put a bit of the furniture in that I already had. So here we are. I've put the sofa back up. I need to sort out all these boxes. I've also put some of the reflective material back on the wall. This is insulation to try and keep a bit of heat in. And I've already put the calendar up so we know when things are. This month's picture is Ilkley Moor. And I'm going to put a shelf in the corner so we can make use of the space at the top as well. So that's it so far. Now I need to think up what the design is going to be inside. Here we go. Don't just stand there and watch. Get a brush. Well, I think that looks quite nice. That's the original colour, glowing in the dullness of the day. And this is the new colour, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted the brightness just to dull down a bit. I'm pleased with that. Before and after. Now, I'll do the rest on a fine day, because it is rather windy today. Hello, welcome back. Well, it's a sad day on the allotment today. When I first took the allotment on, about 8 years ago I think, the first thing I put up was the greenhouse. Well, today we've come to the end of an era and the greenhouse is coming down. I'll be moving it next door to Kai's plot, she's having it, and then on this site will be a brand new wooden greenhouse. So it's going to be a tough 24 hours, but what I have to do now is to take this down and move it. So I think it's time to cue the time lapse.
property.
What do you think, Rust? The greenhouse has gone. Ready for a new one. You discombobulated it. So this is where I've got to so far. I've cleared the concrete base, ready for the new greenhouse, and my old greenhouse is now on Kai's plot, which is there. And originally we thought we would have to turn her greenhouse around so the door was on the path here, but I've worked out there's enough space for her greenhouse to go in the same direction as mine, because my greenhouse will be on the edge of this bit of concrete, so there's all this bit of land, so she'll have plenty of space to walk in and do her bits and bobs. It's coming to the end now of a beautiful day. All the cameras are set up to film the greenhouse. Now this is a view that we've never seen before. Straight on. The only problem I am going to have, I'm foreseeing, the greenhouse is 6 by 6, and I've worked out that it may come up as far as there, and the door will close. The door will close, but the end of the greenhouse may be as tight as that. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking this door off completely and trying to set up some form of sliding door. So I can put the runners up here, so I can just push the door down into this dead space, and then I'll be able to use everything with ease. It's a very humid evening. The site is now ready for the greenhouse, which comes tomorrow morning. So I think it's a case of time to go home, have a bath and have an early night, because they're due to arrive for 9 o'clock. So see you tomorrow. Well, it's Saturday morning. It's a beautiful morning, but it's already 22 on the dial, and it's going to be a hot day. And we're going to get ready now and put the new greenhouse up. So the builders have just gone to go and start getting the sections. The foreman's just turned up.
It's so exciting! I just saw your builder guys and I was commenting.
It's a nice colour, isn't it?
I love it. But I was just saying, what a day should be doing it on. It's
far
chill.
too hot.
It's like, is it plastic or glass?
It's glass.
And they're going to be inside it at some point. And when they're inside it,
They're going to be inside it for 2 hours apparently.
Oh, they're going to be sweaty betties.
I am glad I'm outside it.
I think when they finish, you should invite them to have a little dip.
in the pond.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so hot, the frogs have been out of the pond already. They say it's going to be 26 degrees.
Look at the lilies.
By about 11 o'clock. So
Oh man,
it's going to be a hot day.
I've got the longest list of jobs to do today. I'm trying to do things before I'm going off to my great aunt's tomorrow. But I'm thinking about this now, and I'm thinking, there's no way in this.
Right,
heat.
come on, let's shift because they're coming.
Let's see the space. Oh my goodness goodness.
Come down here, friend. Come down here because I can't film it.
Oh, please stay.
Be prepared for a lot of jams. Yeah. But would you? Now I'm definitely going to have to go on a diet here, because the distance between the greenhouse and the shed is a bit tight, but I knew that was going to be the situation. It's better to have a lot of growing space rather than storage anyway. Looking good, isn't it? Once they put this front panel on, It will look stunning. It's a beautiful colour as well. Beautiful.
Get round the corner.
It's nice and light.
Yeah.
Are you going in? So the greenhouse is finished and the inspectors, Jeff and Vivi, are coming over to have a quick look. What do you think then, Jeff?
Very nice. Yes.
Do you want to go inside? Go on. Go inside and do some work.
Oh, two window in a decent adjuster. I like the staging.
Yeah, so you got two, you got one there.
Yeah.
And then you got one up the top there.
How on earth are you going to get into your shed?
Oh, we'll sort that out later. But close the door. There's a nice action to it.
I like the colour.
So we've got a surprise visitor now. Kai's turned up. Kai's been watching the Instagrams.
Do you have a thought on this side?
Cheeky, I've been here more than you.
What do you think then, ladies?
I like the colour. Look at that.
It is a nice colour, isn't it?
I will have to.
Fabulous.
I will have to
How are you
go.
getting in the shed?
on a diet to get down into the shed though, but we can sort that out later.
Cat flap, you can crawl in.
Or a Sean flap. Let's build a Sean flap.
Do you want to go inside?
Nice.
Go inside and close the door.
Hold on a
Hot
minute.
enough. Do I have to close the door?
Yeah, to get the action of the door.
Oh, the staging
In
is
here with
cute.
Jeff.
It looks-
You could probably get another layer of staging in there.
You know the old saying, people who live in glass houses shouldn't.
What, shouldn't get naked?
Shouldn't be.
Oh yeah.
It shouldn't be allowed out again. There you go.
It is only glass.
It's alright, isn't it?
It's quite cute. They must be the guys that just let out.
Yes,
Yeah, this
they
is...
built
What are
it.
these holes for?
Screws, darling.
No, they hold the thing together.
It's very
Oh,
nice.
No, I thought it was
Yeah,
a
but
hole.
I know what
Are
you're
you
doing.
pleased?
Yeah.
I thought it was more shelving.
This is weird. I feel as if I'm filming
It's very solid.
I feel as if I'm filming a Chelsea flower show
It's a nice
exhibit.
structure. I think it's got some green.
It's
left
quite
over.
cute. It's dinky,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is.
It's a little dinky dinkum. Right, now you've got a greenhouse. Let's start building a shed. I need a shed.
Holy moly.
Well, it's the end of a very busy and a very hot day. We've got a beautiful sunset over there, which promises another beautiful day tomorrow. But the greenhouse, it's done. Let's have a quick tour of the new greenhouse. So here goes. This is the first greenhouse that I've owned. It comes with a key. So we have a shelf up the top there. Put in young seedling trays on, and then beneath that we have a larger bench. I brought this old tray in from the old greenhouse because these slats are a bit too big for pots, so I'll just put this on top, and then the pots will sit nicely on there. I brought in my sieve. It's a bit echoey at the moment because obviously there's not a lot in here. I put this in about 12 o'clock, so the warmest today it's been 36 and the coldest is 23. Now I do have these automatic vents, and I have two, one on each side, and to change them you just twist this button, but the problem is I need it to be as cold as possible in order to set them. Look at that view. So this side will be seedlings and a workstation, bit of storage underneath, and then on this side will be where I can put grow bags. There's a beautiful old lock on here as well to give the sound effects of an old Victorian greenhouse. So tell me what you think about my new greenhouse in the comments below. We're just setting up the shop now. This is the dangerous part. This is where the explosives are going in.
To make sure everything went according to plan, we had to clean the area on the left hand side of Vivi's shed, and there was an old shed under the undergrowth, so we had to stack that up to one side to make sure that it wasn't damaged in the stunt.
Yep.
Now, we're going to take out the side ones.
Nice little
The big ones.
ventilation there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, take that stick out the back now because you don't really need it.
No, leave the stick there.
Alright, got it.
Okay, 3, 2. What you up to today then, Vivi?
Oh, just the normal kind of bit of weeding, bit of watering. It's that time of year, isn't it, when like every time we come down, it's just kind of like gets kind of like mundane jobs.
Oh, I didn't put enough weight there then.
No, do you know what it is? Take 2.
That's it. It's away. It was sticking on the bloody sides. Someone put a nail in it. That's better. That's all ready. That's all ready to go now.
Are you ready, Vivi?
I am.
Did we go inside and try again?
Door, but it's not, so that's all I needed. That adjustment is perfect. The door's hanging straight now.
Oh, is it?
For the first time in 7 years.
Vivi blew it down with just her sneeze.
Imagine that.
Graham's just set it up. Now we're going to take 2.
Ah, wait a second. I just want to put 2 little pieces of wood in. Only little pieces. Let me get it at the back.
Alright, stand by then.
Done my best. If this works, it'll be brilliant.
Stand by. Trying to move into shot. Is he out? Is this safe?
No.
Tell me when you go out the door.
You what?
Yeah, do you want to get out?
No, I'm alright, yeah.
Right, okay then. So
You're
3,
going to go for a take,
2.
babe, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I've just seen something. Oh, stupid.
Okay, into positions.
Yeah.
Vivi.
Are you ready, Graham?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay then. 3, 2. Quiet in the back. Wait a minute. 3. So what you up to today then, Vivi?
Oh, just boring stuff, weeding, watering. It's that kind of time of year when it's all kind of, it's just all the mundane stuff, and then also the harvesting, of course. And I think
you
it
need
may
to
be time for a new shed.
Come out.
I think that worked well.
Yeah.
I might need a new chat. But my step's still standing.
Did go over the top of you, did it?
What did you say you were going to do today, Vivi? Oh, I didn't press record.
No, he's a liar. Oh my god, oh that's so much fun. Yeah, so...
Well, that's only been about 3 months in the making, isn't it?
Yeah, just a bit of weeding today, I think. Oh my god, that's such fun.
Was you standing in the middle when it came over the top of you?
It landed on my arm.
Oh, did it?
Do you think it's time for a cup of tea?
Do you know what? It would be time for a cup of tea, but okay, here's my challenge to you, Sean. Go and find the kettle. Oh, my little shed. Oh, my little shed. Oh, you've done me so well. I'm just going to have a little seat on the step. Yeah, so it's about this time of year when you want to start thinking about maintenance jobs, you know, jobs to do over the winter, you know, maybe building a new shed.
Well, this is what happens when your shed falls down. Now the The gap is ready. Are you off now, Vivi? Don't forget to put the lock on the shed.
I'm just gonna go and have a cup of tea somewhere else. Bye bye, shed. You were very good to me. And you even had that nasty little break in and you got fixed up. And you were kind of watertight for about a year. No, just put it on the side, babe, that chair, my little suitcase. I'm leaving home with my onions.
We haven't got a shed to go to.
Well, it's been so windy today that the shed's gone, so how do you feel? And tell us when the new one's coming. In fact, you haven't even ordered the new one.
So do you remember a few months ago or Graham and you actually rescued those slabs? That was 6 months ago, and I had some timber rescued from a year ago, and blah blah blah. Well, finally, the way I think is, if you demolish your shed by accident with strong winds, you've got no choice but to build a new shed. So if you build it, they will come for tea in the new shed in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It will go up, it will be painted, the internal fit out will be a bit longer, but for now, look! Sean, how are you going to know if I'm down on the plot? Because normally you judge it from seeing if my door's open. What am I going to do? Shall I just hold the door in the air?
And that's been there from when you took the plot on, so it's the end of an era.
I think the guy before me, he put it up in something like 2005. So, oh, bye-bye, shed. Bye-bye.
Well, this is the morning after the night before.
I haven't got thick enough gloves on for Hawthorne.
And the base of the shed is now being taken up. It's the first time we've ever seen this.
Felt it a few times because the floor was that spongy.
It's a very hot day today. How did you think it went yesterday?
Oh, it was just the most tremendous fun. Can we do it again? Can we do it again?
So what's the plan now then, Graham?
What I'm basically going to do is start clearing this a little bit and then peg it to the size that we want, and we're going down 6 inches.
Watch your back, Sean.
This could be easy because this soil, look at it.
So what we'll do is as we dig it out, we're going to set up an area over here with a bag for rubbish, a bag for bricks and a bag for soil. So any of the soil that's under here will then transfer to the allotment.
Yep.
Any of the bricks and rubble we'll use for edging, or if we need to fill any more of the base. And then any rubbish like plastic, glass, whatever, we'll just organise a little mini skip. Look at this. Look how, isn't this beautiful? Look at that. How it's twisted. There's like sort of perfect symmetry.
A wisteria branch.
Basically the wisteria and the grapevine that were climbing up into the elderberry were just completely strangling it. So it's had a bit of a prune, and hopefully now Well, there's bindweed up there as well. Look, hopefully now the whole tree is going to sign a bit and say thank you.
So then, Graham.
I've lost my shovel.
So first of all, we're putting a base down.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you have to do when putting a base
Is
down?
measuring it out. What you got to do is put posts in the four corners.
These pegs.
Yeah, pegs. You peg that as, string it off. As soon as you string it off, you know roughly where you're going.
Yeah.
Then we dig it out, and because we got thick flagstones,
Yeah.
we only need to lay it on about 2 inches of sand.
Right.
And then we start from the back, working in the string lines, and keep on going.
So the pegs are to help us.
It's a
make
string
it-
line to square it,
Right.
yes? So as soon as you get the first line in, so you do 1, 2, 3, 4 in, and you stamp on it like that,
Yeah.
and then you lay the next one, making sure you got the string. You push it on and put it straight on the sand, and you keep on going across all the time, keep on laying them till you reach the end of the string line.
Right. So what do you want us to do?
I want 2 measurements, please.
Vivi is leading the ceremony by putting the first peg in the ground, as tradition.
I'm making this square because this is going to give me the angle that goes actually into the shed. So that is roughly where it's going. Goes along there and goes, and because that's a square, it really gives us an idea of the pegging purposes.
But basically, once it's all dug out, we'll square it up properly before we lay.
but it's giving us an idea. Is that it?
Yeah,
So we got this much over.
yeah, and then the veranda sticks out.
That's what I wanted to do. And how much did the veranda stick out?
Don't know, I haven't built it yet.
That's it.
Don't forget, this is just rough.
Yeah, I know. That's it.
So you move that around to every corner then, Graham?
Yeah, that gives it the...
Roughly. Very, very roughly. Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That level that top one roughly.
Yeah, much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Hold on. Yes. Now with a bit of luck, it should measure the same on the other side.
Suddenly, the back measured 7 foot, not 8.
Have a look.
Yours onto yours. Oh, 8'1".
Spot on. Yes.
8'1", spot
Got
on.
it.
So how big is the shed and how big is the patio?
The shed is 7x8. So what the idea is with the slabs, I've got enough slabs to do 8x10. So they will come out further than the shed, but then what it means is, like say for down the sides and around the back, there's a little bit of space so that every couple of years or so I can maintain and do painting and things like that. And then on the front, the shed itself, how much am I going to give away? Okay, so the shed is more of a summer house than a shed, and it's got a little bit of a veranda on it, not much, not very generous veranda. So I'm going to come a little bit further forward with some of the timber I've got. I've spoken to my neighbours already to make sure they're not going to want their plots to be any bigger. So just come out a little bit more, and then I'll have a couple of chairs on me veranda. Yay! That's the plan.
How's your new shed then, Vivi?
Just saying, what's really nice is it's got a lovely light, airy feeling. You know, in this shed, I feel really at one with nature.
And I'm definitely not claustrophobic in here.
No.
Hello, welcome back to the allotment. Well, it's busy today. Everybody's on a spade because it's construction day part 2 for Vivi's new shed. And to celebrate the new shed, there's also a new barrow. There's Vivi on the barrow. There's Graham in the corner. So what's going on now then? What's the
Just digging out the soil down
so is that
to level it all out.
so you've put the bits of wood down to denote
Yeah.
where
we've got to go down to.
where the slabs are going.
No, sand
Or
first.
the sand. And you're not just going to throw this away, you're putting it into all these bags, and then in a few days' time,
In a few days.
the plan is to
A few months.
sieve all this soil and get a nice bit of topsoil then to go onto the plot. It's a big site, isn't it?
Yes.
They've been doing this since 8 o'clock this morning.
Well, no, for the first 3 hours I was moving the sand because the delivery man wouldn't deliver it to the allotment. He delivered it to the main road, and it took me 3 hours, and God knows how many barrows full to get it from the main road to the allotment gate. 3 hours wasted. A job he should have done in 3 minutes, but he said, oh, I can't get my truck down the lane. So literally he could have driven down, picked it up, dumped it by the gate.
He
So
didn't
it's-
know where reverse gear was.
so it's utterly wasted 3 hours. It was hard work. It was horrible work. I sound like I'm a whinging Minnie now, but it just means that that's 3 hours of digging I've lost out. Plus, it's crippled my poor old body.
It's not like these TV gardening shows, they make it look so easy, but there's sweat coming off these brows.
There's masses of glass, and I don't know if Sean's ever explained before, but the site used to be a market garden with Victorian glass houses. And I think what's happened over the years is kind of people have chucked their rubbish at where they've dug their plots out. They've kind of chucked their rubbish.
Also, back in the 1900s, I think it was, there was a tax on glass. So a lot of people got rid of their glass by just putting
Chucking it over the fence.
yeah, just by just
Actually,
putting it
wouldn't
into the
surprise me
garden.
with these houses if half the rubbish has come over the fences. And you know how I feel about little bugs.
I like the fact that your new wheelbarrow has come with its own built-in squeak.
Yeah, it didn't have a squeak until about the 15th bag of sand. I mean, ouch. About 2 hours ago, we were saying, do you know what? That old shed was great. Why the heck did we blow it up?
It's at this point now you start thinking, why can't life be like a video? And in 2 seconds, can we cut to it being built?
Yeah, this is how it's wrong. Baby plum soft.
Whoa. Yeah. Now dig.
So how's the job coming along, Graham?
It's not bad. We've done the worst. Remember, the soil was up there and we started to come down to this level, and we've only sort of just got to go to depth for this board on this section. So Vivi's doing well, really well. And yeah, babe.
I mean, I just can't get it out of my head of those 3 lost hours because of the sand.
Yeah.
And it's not just the lost hours, but the fact that it did my body in. Anyway,
So
tomorrow will be another day. I'll feel better tomorrow.
So when you're starting a project like this, realise that it's a lot of hard work, and you'll need planks of wood to go around the edge. That gives you a rough idea of your level to come up to, so therefore you're not digging too much out.
To come down to.
Come down to, yeah. So this will be, you put sand underneath just below the wood,
Wood's not staying.
and then you put the slabs on top, so the slabs stay level with this all the way through because it's now level. The string prior to this we put up to give a marking roughly where it goes, and then we start digging the trenches. So as soon as your trenches are down, you put this down. You'll see tomorrow sand to go on top,
Well,
and you'll see how I'm going to level the sand.
I've got sand and soil in every orifice.
It's a good job that Jeff is on holiday as well, because we've put up this temporary
This is
drinking site outside
and my new little wardrobe shed, my temporary shed.
outside Jeff's old shed there. Look at that. He hasn't been down for so long you can hardly see the door for the greenery.
It's like the secret garden.
There's no secrets in that shed.
No, I think there are actually. We don't want to know about them.
Day 2 of the build.
Yeah.
Vivi's come to collect her things. She's storing them in my outhouse.
Hey, oi!
What's on the cards today then, Vivi?
Last bit of digging out, not much to do, and then we'll stamp it because we want a firm bottom, like with our brassicas, and then we'll start carting the sand over. So I'm sugar dumplings. I'm the lackey. So Graham does all the finessey stuff with his set square and his
Spirit level.
spirit level. I just do all the donkey work. I just cart barrows up and down the path all day.
So this is where they've got to so far. Just the final bit of digging out. And then it's sand in and start putting the slabs down.
Levelling off first, sanding second, and then slabs on top of that. But I will show you how to level off and lay the first slab.
It's a warm day for doing it.
Pardon?
It's a warm day.
I know, but no, we're getting there.
What are you up to then, Graham?
Just doing the base now to lay the first slab. Now, can you understand what I've done? I've put boarding round the outside and I've made that level. Now what we do is we get the trowel and just stick it straight to the edge, all the way over, and build a sandcastle, because you know what she's like. And then just get it over the top of the first plank. Can you get that in, Vivi, please?
Sorry, what?
Can you do that bit of the wood? Now what you do here is drag this piece of wood over the board on the end. just rocking it slightly, because that will give you.
I've come up, it's a bit bowed. Carry on though.
And we do another. Go on, keep on going.
Can I just get rid of this first?
Yeah. We got to come back on it again. You do it a couple of times. Go on. Now we go back again. Yeah, here we go. And again until we get it nice and flat. That do ya? Now you just go over one more time.
And just put a bit more in the back there so it goes down.
Put a bit more in.
Need some in the middle as well.
Louder. Drag it through. Now, that's the idea. Now, if you're, because we're laying this on sand, but if you were doing concrete, you would get a load of rubble and just stick that in, just to build it up a bit, and then flatten the concrete. This is exactly the same. Mix it up, pile it in, and then do it. Now, Vivi's ready to lay the first slab. Just knock it straight down. I had it where I wanted it. Is it? Drop it. And stand. And stand.
Right, that's done.
Hold on.
Now
I'm
it's
happy.
wobbling.
What do you mean it's wobbling?
Does it feel wobbly?
Let me have a look.
Oh, once all the others are in.
You're on a piece of wood. That's right. That's it. That's it.
God, he's annoying, isn't he?
And that's done. Why you put the finger mark in there is when you lay it, the sand don't come up in between. That's it.
Oh, that's nice. Get a shot of me sweating and puffing. Out the way, John boy.
If you do that, when you put the next one down, you don't get the sand in the middle. That's the only reason why you do it.
And then you come along later and fill it with sand.
Yeah. But you don't want it. Yeah.
What are you doing there then, Vivi?
I'm just filling the. Well, actually, there's a load. I don't know where all the grits come from, but I'm just sweeping sand into all the cracks. But I've run out of sand, so the absurd thing is I might have to just buy a little bag of sand just to finish off.
So we're nearly coming to the end now. Just one final slab that we're going to put in, and then the patio's done, waiting for the shed, which will come in a few days. So here we go. This is the ceremony for the last,
Oh, no, you get the honour.
the last slab.
Ouch.
How do you feel then, Vivi?
Knackered.
If you knew now,
What I know then.
would
No.
you have done it?
Of course I would. The point is, you know, it's been a lot of hard work, but a lot of that was because of the situations where the old shed was, as in the bank on a slope. It was a lot of hard work because of the sand delivery not being delivered here but being delivered to the main road. And then it was a lot of hard work because I had to move all this soil from here down to the allotment. But I'm going to be so much happier, A, with the new shed because I'll fit it out how I want it, B, it'll be weatherproof, and C, it's going to be on a nice base.
It's going to be a sculpture today.
It is. Now what we're doing here is we're using the door to bank up this side of earth to stop it falling down on the new patio and on the new shed. It's all about recycling. I can hear there's a lot of huffing and puffing, so we thought we'd come and have a look what was going on.
I'm trying to get this stake out, but that's how much is in the ground.
Oh, to put by the door to hold the bank up.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to have to... No, I'm going to have to dig it out.
So let's have a go then. Is this the speed that is this the angle that it went in?
Well, you can see the angle from the angle of it.
No, I'm just thinking that it's not bent, is it?
No. Good, go on. Go on, John boy.
It's all about slow and steady, it wins the race.
Look at the sunflowers.
There you go.
Look at the pretty sunflowers.
Look at that there.
Isn't that
Beautiful.
a thing of beauty? Anyway, get on with the work.
So what Vivi's doing now is she's opening a bag of sand and she's going to
Stain the blooming obvious.
and she's then going to put the sand into the cracks just to seal all the cracks up and stop it from moving. Is this any particular sand?
Just builders, sharp sand.
Just
Well,
builders.
Is it sharp sand?
No, just builders.
Do you know why you
Soft
use
sand.
builders? Because it is really fine and it goes into the cracks a lot easier.
But what you want underneath, what we had underneath is sharp sand.
Yeah.
Because it's more robust. I need a bit of a... I
And
need
the
a spoon. I need a spoon, not a spoon.
The foreman's coming along just to keep an eye on the proceedings.
Let me in, please. Ready for the next one? Could we put 3 in the bottom, please?
So the sides, so the...
This is
so
a
it's
rare
gonna
shot.
come-
People actually using the
No,
instructions.
because the holes are going to be this way.
No, let's do this side.
So we'll do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it in the right order.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how it needs to shut. That's it. Before.
That's it.
It's a nice view from the road. How do you think it is so far?
It's dripping with sweat. Yeah, it feels small, but it'll do. Oh, sugar dumplings.
Fiddler's up.
Where?
Graham making lunch to the shed.
Wait, oh. Stay in one place like punching. Oh, he's being a divvy now, isn't he?
Yeah. Debbie!
No, I'm this side now.
I can't because that's the veranda. I can't lean on it.
If you move again, I'll kill you. Are we filming? I'm just going to say something silently then. You are such a...
Well, it's 2 o'clock, so it hasn't taken us that long to do it, and now Vivi's put in the last screws in on the door. So we're coming to the end now, Vivi.
I think it's time for some iced tea. Actually, I can't stand iced tea.
What do you
It's
think
disgusting.
that is the end effect of it?
Well, it's hard to tell yet because it's not painted. It looks a bit bleh. The roof's not on and it's not been fitted out, but it's really exciting.
It's a good size.
Yeah, it's the same size as Miles. Well, no, it's about 6 inches wider. But,
And 6 inches can make all the difference.
But the thing as well is, because I used to have that big square table, which is stupid, so it's going to have a much smaller potting bench along this side.
And these plastic chairs will be going?
Plastic chairs will be... No, I'll keep them, they're gorgeous. And then a running bench all along this side that will lift up for storage with cushions on top. What have you lost, Graham?
I can't understand where these go.
Yeah, you wouldn't normally bother if you've got them
We use these instead.
up and down.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's oh, it's that typical thing as well, isn't it? We've got screws left over.
There's always a screw loose.
But the beauty of this is, look, the bottom line is I wasn't going to have time to hand build my own shed. It was just never going to happen. I don't have the time. So, but this is kind of like a starting point. So there's going to be modifications. I'm hopefully just going to step over the screws and Graham. I want to put a window in here, and obviously, you know, I'm going to do like I'm going to have a fitted kitchen, and fitted living room there. So it'll be all exactly as I want it. Then on the outside, there are going to be other we're going to be enclosed in. There's going to be other modifications on the outside, but that's going to take a few more days. So we'll see you next time. It's going to be great. It's great that it's up. There's a load more work to do on it yet, but it's going to be brilliant. And I couldn't have done it without everybody's help. So thank you, Graham. Thank you, Sean. It's genius.
So all that's left now is to felt the roof and a few little bits and bobs, which is going to be done on another day.
You can't get them in, don't worry.
I won't put any more because it's too hot. That's a mighty bit. Look at my key fob. That's like, okay, that's my emergency mouth-to-mouth resuscitation mask. That's my master's essays. A couple of front doors, and the rest is. And look at the size of that for everything else. House keys, locker keys at work. But now, the proudest key of the lot is the shed key. Wah! I better get a spare cut, haven't I?
We better start filming outside because it's too hot in there. What do you think to this heat then, Graham?
Lovely. I love it because I get a tan. And it builds me up for the winter because apparently if you have, what is it, D or C?
Vitamin D.
D, yes, it helps you out.
See, he's listened.
Yeah.
But what do we need with our vitamin D to help us absorb our vitamin D?
A pint of Guinness.
No, a pint of milk. Calcium. We want calcium with our vitamin D so the two work together.
What's the little light for?
To see the way in the dark. No, it's so that later on when you have a really good idea we can go, oh, ding!
I'm bright.
This is because Graham was born before light bulbs. Ding!
9'4".
Yeah.
Now it's time to put the felt on the roof, so we're just working out how long the sheets will be.
I'm just
And on
making
the other side.
it's the mark that's longer. At least it's nice to work with when it's worn because it'll fold over nicely.
And a piece of wood to go across the middle, just to mark it. Right.
You need a standing knife just to cut that.
You came?
No.
When you cut your felt, it's best to cut all the pieces on the floor at the same time. So then you don't have to come up and down on the roof. Once you're on the roof, you can stay there then. So we need 3 pieces here.
Stand on it then, though. Now when you fold this, you fold it like this, so it goes in the centre and then you fold out. So when you take it up the top, you know where the centre is, and you peel out on both sides,
And then you start.
which I will show you when I'm up there. We're going to cut the last one and see how much we got over. This will be fun.
We've got a sneaking suspicion they haven't given me enough.
I think it'll be enough. Just about.
Oh my god, I'm not even going to cut it, babe.
We've got it.
1 inch.
Spot on.
But the packet said 8 metres 50. 8 metres 50. But we knew we needed 9 metres.
Yeah, but now that we're in Brexit, you get a bit more of your money.
Oh, head rush, hang on a minute. That's not right.
Before you ever start laying this, I've showed you how to cut it and how to fold it. You get the tape measure and you measure the width, which is 1 metre on 1. Now what you do, it's got to go over, I would say, 10, whatever that is in 10. Yes, because I'm useless on that. I go feet and inches. So you go 10 at the end, and then you go 1 metre 1. So it's 10, 1 metre 1. And you do it. Oh, that's good. My staple gun, she's gone down. Not to worry, we can always pick that up. And then you do 10 again, 1 metre 1. And exactly the same again. 10, 1 metre 1. That's it. Now by rights, this side is ready to go. As we see, we find the middle, which is like that. And then we turn it over. You got enough on your side, you got enough on your side.
Just push your hand down so I can see there.
Yeah?
Yeah, beautiful.
Right, so I've just got to push it up a bit. And where you going,
Who
Billy?
left that brick there? Who left the brick there?
Bit more. That's it.
Do you want more this side?
Let me have a look. Mark that on the pencil line. Then go 1.
I'm getting the £250 if we need to send this into you being framed.
Oh, that's not fair. We've got to divide it between the two of us. I supplied the comedian.
Here we go. So that is up now. Now, when the staples, you only use 3 staples because when you put the next one up, you'll be nailing it down on the other. It doesn't need any more.
It's just to hold it.
Just to hold it in position, and it should be level at the front.
It is beautiful at the front.
That's good. That's all we want.
Now this next bit's more tricky because you can't stand.
Now I'm going to go on the other side.
Come on.
Should I go down there? I think I'm a bit slimmer.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
One, and I want you up both ends. You all right?
Yeah, perfect. You need some of this stuff off at the back, don't you?
Right now. Was there enough over there, Sean? Plenty. You can have a bit more over your front if you want it. You all right?
Yeah, lovely.
Right, just leave it to it now.
Graham,
Yeah.
just to remind you, I'm a paediatric nurse. I don't do adults. Whatever happens here on in, you're on your own.
So what they do now is you just go and you tack it.
Yeah, just take it in.
It's where Graham gets tacky.
Use the hammerhead to give a distance. So you just push it in, like so,
It's like when we squeeze our veggies, isn't it, with our hands.
and then you whack it in.
Graham, you're tacky and wacky all at the same time. And I think we should just at this point also say that we do hire Graham out, fairly reasonable rate. You have to put up with his rubbish sense of humour. He likes a cup of coffee at least once an hour. And at the end of a session he likes a nice pint of speckled hen. But other than that, you're very reasonable.
Or London Pride.
Or London Pride, yeah. Come on, London Pride.
Because I'm a Londoner.
Really?
Oh, it's really hot up here.
We'd have never guessed what with your accent and everything.
I'm a Cockney lad.
Mockney lad. Yeah. Let me do a cup.
Yeah.
You got a bit of sweat on?
Yeah. The heat comes off that black stuff as well, doesn't it? Do that. You look like one of those, you know, that famous 1930s picture of the riveters on the girders as they put New York up.
He's coming down, folks.
Gosh, my feet are sticking to the top.
We've just checked the temperature in the greenhouse and it's 35 degrees.
That's a greenhouse.
Look at me prints.
It's like the summer of '76 when the tarmac melted in the street. Right then. Go and get some new cold water because the water's gone a bit tepid.
So we're nearly coming to an end now. Just putting the flashing on. And then time for cracking open the champagne.
Anything, as long as it's cold. Because it should, in theory, slide in if it's the right one.
Right?
What I should do, I'll just check. Yeah. Thanks, babe.
Right, if you like to hold this now, I'm going to put the front on. Good.
You happy, Rusty?
Stay there.
Stay. I'm not your dog. I have to get the horseshoe out. Go and bend it. Save those to the back and the side.
So then we've come to the end
For today.
for today anyway, because we've all got other things to do,
I've got to go to work.
and we'll be back down later in the week or next week. So how do you think it's looking?
Oh, it's grand. It's no, I'm really chuffed with it. It's long overdue. Oh, it's long overdue. It's long overdue. What's going to be really, really lovely is once we start to do the fit out inside and I really make it my own.
When will you start to do that?
Next couple of weeks. But quick, get the key. But what's really lovely at the moment is, like, when you look at it in the row, it doesn't kind of stand out or stick out like a sore thumb. It kind of feels like, it already feels like it's always been here. And what I really like is it's unmistakably mine. You know, no one else has got one quite the same. I know people have these all over the place, but within our site, I love it. It's so great. But imagine later on when, listen, I'm not going to go over the top girly because I'm not that kind of girl, but, you know, a bit of bunting, you know, on a summer's evening, putting cushions out here so we can all just laze around, watching the bats, just hanging out with our friends, our plot friends. And I think more than anything, that's what I want, that it's a place that's just a place to just hang out. Not just for tools, but for hanging out. So I'm really happy. Oh no, the key doesn't fit. No, John boy. No.
And it didn't collapse.
Solid as a rock. Look at my beautiful topping out wreath from my neighbour. Oh, happy days. Pop.
Bye-bye, shit.
Bye-bye, Graham. Let's have a little butcher's at it.
I went to Skip this morning and I see these windows, and she wanted a window for the outside on this side. So basically I'm building a frame.
So you do the frame first?
Because I've got to knock an hole
Right.
through the window. So this gives me guideline where it's going. So I just cut that out and then just slide that in, screw all the sides down, and hey presto, window in.
How are you going to cut a hole?
Oh, well what you do is you drill little holes in the centre,
Yeah.
just there, on 4 corners, and then use my saw and take me time to get a cut, and then I'll cut straight the way down.
Alright.
And it should, Bob's your uncle, work out alright, hopefully. Yes?
And if it doesn't, you'll be going down that path quick smart.
I'll do it again.
So the window's finished, and now Vivi's coming to have an inspection. What do you think of your new window then, Vivi?
Isn't it great? But what's great about it is, we were talking a little bit the other day about the fit out and people saying, what about the kettle? Let me tell you 4 things about my shed. It's going to have a built-in kitchen, built-in bathroom, built-in bedroom, built-in living room. because over here will be the built-in bathroom, we've got frosted glass, so no one can see when I make my special fertiliser.
Do you want it higher or do you want it there?
Higher!
You want it higher?
No, it's perfect. That's exactly where we said.
Yes.
I've never seen a window that doesn't open to anywhere.
Privacy! I haven't got enough fabric for curtains. It's all gone on the front.
That's it.
And through the square window today, for our viewers who are old enough to remember, what can we see through the square window?
A lot.
A bit of sweat on Graham's brow.
Yeah, right, I'll cut that.
Who put that hole in my shed?
Top off.
Do-do-do,
cut the bottom off.
do-do-do.
Having cut out the hole around the outside, you start blocking it in with pieces of wood to the size that you want. And then you build a frame. See? And then you knock this in. And then you knock the other side in. Like so. Now you've got the frame. For the window. See, because the window's got a recess, this will sit in the recess. So it'll
Oh,
go
right,
like
okay.
this. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of screwing in and putting the window up. We found this morning.
Skip dive.
Yeah. Perfect. Magic.
So the frame is in, and now Vivi's going to screw the window into place, and then it's finished.
Hang on. Anyone like an ice cream? Go away, I'm having a wee. Go away, I'm having a bath.
So you want to do the other ones now?
Yeah.
Look at that face of concentration.
Like that, you mean?
Yep, now, feet. Ready?
Sorry, cafe's closed.
It's closed.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Open it up then, love.
Cafe's open. Cafe's closed. Cafe's open. What do you want?
I'll have a chalk ice and a 99.
Yay! Happy days! So I need the stopper one there and then that one there.
Yeah.
Oh, hello! Have you come for your Scooby snack? Come on then. Where do you want it? Do you want it on here?
So what does this do?
It works as a primer and an undercoat and not a seal. So where any of the kind of knots are weeping sap, it just helps to seal them. I'd prefer not to be using this, but it's cheap rubbish wood.
It's all about the bass, about the bass, about the bass.
The other thing about using a brush is, of course, you get into all the little wiggly, naughty bits. Whereas if I had a roller, I wish I had a roller. Roll out a paintbrush.
Well, here we go. The next 3 days are going to be full on building the raised beds. I'm just waiting for the guys from Scotland to arrive. They landed about an hour and a half ago and they're just travelling over. And these are the raised beds. 3 pallets, all have to be moved down to the plot, but we'll do that once the guys turn up and we have a cup of tea.
Rusty's just turned up to check the consignment of wood, see if it's all passing standard. What do you think, Rust? Is it worth having? So this is the site before we start. This is the calm before the storm. It looks twice as big now. I've taken all the fence down just to make it easier. Yeah, it won't look like that in a couple of hours, Rusty. Enjoy it while you can. So here we are, the team from Woodblocks have turned up and they've got their own film crew with them, so they're just doing a bit of filming on the site. These videos, I'll tell you where to watch these videos because I'm doing some filming for them as well. So this is Henry, the guy in charge. He might look familiar to you. He was on Dragon's Den a few years ago and got an investment from Peter Jones. Right, I think it's my turn now to go in and do an interview.
Well, he wasn't due to come down until the end of the build, but obviously somebody was a bit excited and they had to come down and have a look what was going on.
Hello dear. Yeah, I'm over the moon here.
You've come down to have a look?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it sort of progressing.
Rusty's here, keeping an eye on proceedings, making sure the job's being done well. Come and look at this. There they are. These are the raised beds. Not this bit, that's just my template that I had. But look at them, nice and sturdy. I was a bit concerned that they might be a bit small, but this is a perfect size. Look at them, they're so good, they've even put a string down.
So good I put my name on it.
This is
Are we
Mr.
bringing
Woodblock
this
there.
back so that it's in line with this, or is that okay?
with that
It's
gap?
ballpark, isn't it?
So in order to save time on this build, they've pre-built some of the beds, just because we've only got 2 days to build it. But once you've put them together, you just put the bit in the corner, which seals them all together. So we're just building them, and then we'll go back and start from the beginning, like this one, and put them exactly in the space, make sure they're level, and then start putting the slab stones down in between them.
That's what we call the woodblocks pivot.
Well, it's coming to the end now of day one. Sun is setting in the sky there. And they're just going to start to put the capping on, which will really set the whole thing off. This one has been done on two sides, but it's really made the plot rather big. It looks rather nice, doesn't it? Just think of those carrots we can pull out next year. There'll be a lot of girth on those carrots. There's Harry Potter just putting on the capping. Look at that finish. I bet Monty Don will be on the phone as soon as he sees these. Well, the sun is setting on day one on the build. It's time for that traditional cup of tea, and today we might even have a Scottish brew. So I'll see you back here tomorrow for the final day. So from me and everybody else, bye for now. Day two on the allotment. And we're just setting up some more filming while the guys in the back carry on leveling the raised beds out.
I'm Lachlan, part of Woodblocks, and I was part of the design team, and I'm here helping out, digging, building, doing all the fun jobs.
And they're very easy to put together because basically it is Lego.
Basically just Lego, yeah, layer after layer, and it's so easy to build. Anyone can really build it.
And what's the rule? Is it something like the bottom layer represents the third layer?
Yeah. So yeah, even and odd, they're the same.
Right.
So 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6.
And how long should these be here?
Till the end of time.
Right.
Really. You know, these are
they're built to
sturdiest
last.
planters. Yeah, built to last. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you think of it, Rusty? He loves it. So these are the plans. They send you the plans and they tell you which blocks have to go in which layers. So it's all very easy to do. And so this is my entire plot here. And that is a side view of what the beds look like. And I think that's quite a true representation. Does look good though, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks beautiful. So this side now they're just making sure they're all level. But because the site is not perfectly level, what they've done is these two beds here are slightly lower than the top two. In fact, if I come down, you'll be able to see it better. So there's like a blocks difference, which is fine. So there'll be 3 on the same level and 2 on a slightly lower level. Now the key with these raised beds is it's all about the base. And you need a solid base, but you don't have to put anything else down. It can just be soil. It's as simple as that. So once you put the blocks down, you then put these, what do you call these? Dowels? Dowels. And one of the problems is there's so many angles. It's just trying to find a...
This goes down.
That is currently sitting about an inch lower than the rest of them, I would say.
Let's see what she thinks.
My... So,
I'm going to rent the beds out.
Are you planning on having a prize this year?
Well, I might go for the best plot.
Oh, they look great.
But you know a suggestion that Henry did? They can be beds,
Yeah.
but until the spring, I could put some glass on top and make them into a,
of
make them into a
course.
coal frame.
Of course. And so they're all, obviously all the spacing is the same, so you're going to have your slabs between.
Yes, but what I'm thinking is slabs in between,
Yeah.
and possibly down the central path, all that wood chip that I need to get rid of in the
No,
the
because
house.
I'm having the wood chip. Yeah, good stuff. And then a border down here,
Yeah, a border down there.
and then this part can be sorted once and for all. 'cause
I'm
it's
thinking,
rubbish.
because it's quite a nice width here,
Yeah.
this can be
Hello, Rusty.
the runner beans
Yeah.
next year.
Totally. Because then also they're, because our sun comes up there, they'll get the
Yeah.
full sun all day, plus a bit of screening.
But it does look like a bit like the Titanic shipyards at the moment.
Oh, God, imagine. It's going to be about a cubic metre of soil or compost or whatever
Yeah.
to go in. So I think initially you're going to have to just buy soil, aren't you? Because you're not going to make that, you can't make that amount of compost.
Well, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from down the bottom and just fill one at a time.
Okay.
So these on the right might never get filled until spring, but if I use them as coal frames, then I'll be okay.
That's so lovely. Do you know what though as well? They kind of invite you almost to have a little sit.
Yes, and
nice.
and the one thing that the wood blocks guys said is, he said the wood will change colour. And he said
yes,
if you look
because
at the bench,
it's gone silvery.
yeah, so they'll
So
turn.
they age well.
They'll turn to that silvery.
Listen, don't forget as well,
bit.
in the meantime, if you wanted, you can have some of my spoil from underneath the shed. I've got 4 tons of spoil
Oh,
you
yes.
can have. I mean, you can have it just to help to just raise the level a bit.
Mm.
And obviously, you'd need to mix some compost in. Well, having said that, there's never been anything growing under my shed, so that soil should hopefully not be depleted.
I do feel a bit that a perfect plot now here, that maybe the new plot holder next door might be a bit intimidated.
So, Sean, some of that rubbish looks very familiar. Is that your barrow?
That wheelbarrow needs to come back over here. No, in fact, it was quite good because Henry put all the stuff on that plot,
Brilliant.
so it came in quite handy.
No, they are beautiful.
But they'll be perfect to sit on next summer and have a cup of tea.
No, it's lovely, and I'm picturing them because also, obviously, a lot of your veg like this, but when
Yes.
things trail over, so for instance, your tomatoes, if your tomatoes trail over, they're not going to be on the floor.
Yeah.
They're going to be here, so not muddy.
It's not going to be as hard once there's stuff here. But what's quite funny is, and I'll try and film it later, when Rusty walks, you can't see him.
Of course.
You just occasionally see
See a
this
little white tip of a tail.
this wisp of a tail.
So go on then, how much, if I wanted to have one of these in my garden, how much would this cost me?
I'm not quite sure about this size, but the standard size is £280, which, if you think £280 and this is guaranteed for 25 years. Somebody said to me once that people in this country, we tend to buy cheap, but we buy often, whereas in France, you buy expensive, but you know,
by quality.
Yeah.
I think the thing is with this, because you can feel how chunky it is. Obviously, a lot of people, look, if you've got access to a scaff yard where you can pick up old scaff planks, all well and good. But these are twice the thickness.
Yeah, I can't imagine that every plot holder is going to go out and buy these, but
No.
it's an idea. If you just, like, if you were doing carrots and parsnips,
Yeah.
you think of the girth on those carrots next year.
But I think the other thing is a lot of our viewers, I know, like, they have allotments, but they've also got a garden at home, is, if you've got, typically people have like a patio, then their lawn, then their veggies. I'm just thinking like this as a divider between your patio and your garden, just full of flowers, gorgeous. What I was trying to say about the scaff boards, yes, us allotmenteers were pretty good about recycling and all that kind of stuff. But these are rock solid. And if you haven't got the skills, a lot of people just don't have the skills to build, or, the carpentry. I love it. I absolutely love them.
And the thing that I was impressed, I was a bit concerned that the lip might be so big that slugs would get under it, but it's not. It's perfect.
Oh, but you could do the 2-wire thing, with the 9-volt battery.
Somebody's already suggested that.
Okay.
That I put.
So next year you're going to have the best plants because you've got no slugs, and the best containers because you've got your wood blocks.
I'm not going to do it, but a suggestion is I paint this with
blackboard chalk paint.
Yeah.
And then I can write beans. I'm not going to, but it's a little suggestion.
I can just see Graham coming down the path. Let's have a look what he thinks after all this work. I can't believe that all this has been done in, what, two and a half weeks? Less than 3 weeks. The plot has entirely changed, and I'll be looking forward to a well-earned rest.
Oh, that's terrific. Isn't it fab? That is fab. Begin.
Oh! Hang on, let's put the lid on. Sean, where's the lid? You idiot. Oh, look, I found money.
I think that's an outtake.
Look, Sean, you're grabbing money already.
Why?
No, it come out of my pocket.
That's the money tree.
It's just, oh
You
dear.
idiot. Well done not swearing.
So what do you think of it?
Oh, it's fantastic, apart from me head. It really is. I like this as well.
But Graham, look. Come here a sec. I don't think you're going to approve of how he's laid the slabs.
I've got one like this.
That's the next task.
Wasn't it worth doing the levelling?
I'm glad that I decided to level.
Oh, you cheeky so-and-so.
What?
He's saying that he's glad he decided to level it. I nagged him for 2 weeks, he ignored me. Graham turns up, 2 minutes later, Sean's like, yes sir, I better get levelling, hadn't I?
It's really good, isn't it?
Isn't it fab?
Yeah. I like the smell of the fresh wood.
That's my perfume.
Oh, it could be as well, love.
Isn't it great?
It's good.
But also, don't they kind of invite you to just sort of sit as well? But you can't see the cats anymore, you just see their tails.
I can't believe that. I've come to the wrong place.
Welcome to the Titanic shipyard.
Wow. Which plot's yours?
It's the one next door to the bees.
I think I'm in shock. I can't. That's amazing.
We're going Chelsea next year.
It's just that's
It's instant.
Best plot 2017.
2 days.
It's a beautiful autumnal fresh day. There's a bit of a chill in the air, and there's builders on site today.
You turn it over.
Too late. So, we're old school.
Can we turn it over?
But before we do too much, in the shed there, you'll find the kettles on.
This is a bit cat-handed, isn't it?
So what's going on today then, baby?
Fit out! These are going to be cut down into legs for under the potting bench. And then we'll build some shelves. Then we'll build a bench. Then I'm going to build a wall.
Welcome to Graham's health and safety video.
I love it.
Am I allowed to screw these in?
Oh yeah, you screw these in now, love.
Vivi's on the saw again.
Legs! I'm making legs.
Here we go.
So me.
These are just the middle legs going on.
We've got way more legs. We've got...
And it should fit in, can't it? Look at that. Yeah, and then we adjust the legs, make sure it fits. And I'll sand the tops down. Perfect. Do you like it?
Shelf. Oh, that's not fitted in yet, is it?
It's alright then, yeah. Now I can do the second drill bit.
Proper job. Yeah, and then
It's this bit here
Yeah,
I've
I know.
done. Now we can just cut out a bit in the middle. because I want it going just a little bit back, right?
There's my cup of tea.
Oh, it's there. It's in front of you.
Let's have a chairman in the corner.
Do a... Hang on a sec, babe. Just. That's it.
Right, so I'm going to cut that bit out there. And where's it go? Where is it? There. How far back, love?
That far. Yeah.
There.
There.
Is it? I'm going to cut that bit out.
It's there.
Now bring it out and I'll use the jigsaw. Cut that out. Put it on my work surface.
Every plot should have a Graham.
Absolutely. These, if you have the batteries fully charged, they're pretty good. Oh, guy, that is fantastic.
Not bad, is it?
Proper job.
Yes.
And then you see, I've got a bit of timber. I'm just gonna.
Beautifully solid stuff too. You wouldn't,
Why is it? And then I'm just gonna clap the
This is stuff
front.
they use for roofs, so take a lot of weight there.
Pretty, innit?
Just plug it in.
Obviously it's not screwed yet. And then I've got some leftover tongue and groove. So a slice, it's not called a slice, is it? A sheet tongue and groove on the front just to dress the front. Then over here is going to be the kitchen. So I'm going to build my shelves up here and up here, little kitchen area. Potting bench area because it's nearest the windows, most light. And then I've got left over from a battened out the bathroom to put tongue and groove on. So all the battens will go dum 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 to make shelves in there. Proper job. And now I've got to paint it all. Yay!
Nice to see you.
Don't try this at all.
Yeah.
This is a foreman over there.
Alright, that's it.
There's a foreman.
I want to see a nice straight cut.
So now it's going to be a bit tricky to get the... So...
Nice cup of tea.
I
Betty.
think...
Very nice.
What I'll do first...
Yeah, get a tape measure.
Beautiful.
There you go, love.
Well, I think I'm going to go and finish my edging now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They'll give you the fit.
That's going to look very nice.
See you later, guy.
Thanks, Guy!
Now I'm going to
Thank
do
you, Guy, for this.
a bit more edging, all right?
Thanks, mate.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now then, Vivica?
I'm just marking out for cutting in the corner, notching it out to basically so it slides into the back and the side. I can't actually fit it, can I? Because I've got to do that one.
Can I tell you what you do? No, again. That's it, like that. You ready, Lars?
Oh, flaming out this flaming pencil.
And you, yeah. Go ahead.
Let's be just generous for a bit of space. And I know it's 3 seconds. Let's do that.
Oh, that's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, once that's screwed down a bit.
Oh, so can we have that? Just. That's it. It's better. That's it. Hello.
Thing is, it's not a bit square to start with, is
Yeah.
it? But that will do.
Look at that then. You can put your kettle on now and start making tea again.
I'll have to fill that. Proper job. Hold on a minute, let's get the full effect. We're back in business. Cheers. Now all we need is somewhere to sit down.
So the kitchen area is nearly finished, and now we're turning our attention onto the bench. So that's what they're up to at the moment.
And then obviously there's a leg here.
And what's that one?
That's it then, because we go in one set, another set, a final set. Yeah.
It hasn't half gone cold though since that sun went in. It's getting really chilly.
That's it.
You alright?
I'm trying to save a bit of time now by cutting 2 pieces at the same time.
Actually,
Got it?
they're just slightly different size. Yeah, go for it. So where's the bottom of that leg for the width? What's the best way to keep warm on a cold day?
Let's wash all that.
Precious. Where's my rubbish then?
End of day 1 on Vivi's redevelopment. So where have we got to so far?
So the shell of the workbench is done. It needs to have all the shelves put in and be painted, but it's actually too cold to paint at the moment. And then the shelves around the back. And then not much on the lifty-uppy bench, except for backs in, the rest is balancing on it. The 2 next sections are, the joints are cut out ready, but it's too dark and it's too cold. So that's it for today. See you next time when it'll be a little bit more finished. What does that say?
What does it feel like to have a kitchen?
Oh, it's so nice. I mean, look, it's a state at the minute. It's not going to look like this, but it was so lovely coming down this morning and opening the door and thinking, it's starting to feel like home, and it's becoming the practical space that I want it to be. I'm so excited. So tomorrow I'm going to put all the battens in either side to put the shelves in. So one of the things I need to do today is get all my pots and trays and propagator lids and kind of think about how deep each of them are, so I can make sure I make the shelves deep enough for them. I'm so excited, it's ridiculous. I feel like, you know when you're 6 and you make a den in the garden and you play house or you play shop or you play doctors or whatever, I feel like I'm kind of playing Beach Hut Cafe. I love it! Come on over and have a cup of tea, y'all!
Last time I saw a woodpecker was Christmas Day.
I see the green ones quite a bit around here, but I don't see the black ones. It's beautiful. You stop pecking on my shed, mate, and I'll kill you. Oh.
So by the look of it, it's rotten. I thought I'd put that into concrete. Maybe I didn't, or maybe the concrete's further down. Anyway, I'm going to have to deal with it on a different day. Well, it's done 6 years service. In fact, it was 6 years ago, about 2 weeks ago, that I put this in. So it's lasted all that long. I'm pleased. Looks like I've just turned up at a key moment where the bed is going in.
That's the bed, isn't it?
Can I just point out, that's not my blood. So once that's up and on.
So, like I said, the bench is now on the right and the bed is on the left.
So let's get this out again for a minute, just while we get the back bit up.
No, I'll show you how to do it. Just push it back, love.
Should be nice and bossy.
You got it? You in? Lovely.
And for those keen eyes watching, you will see that this layout is exactly the same as my shed. Somebody's copied it.
Except, can I just say, it will be tidier, more organised, and generally more gorgeous.
Somebody's copying. Well, the rain has stopped and some blue sky and sunshine, so I've taken the opportunity to come over and have a look. What's the update then?
We're getting there, we're getting there. So this side, I haven't got enough hinges to do this end.
Yeah.
But this side, so you can see, it's going to be a nice bench to sit on. Look, relaxing. It's going to have cushions.
Yeah.
And then I've got loads of storage inside it for my tool.
Hello, my darlings.
So I've basically got a wonderful tool storage chest to keep everything.
With the tool inside it?
The tool, that's why I said, here's my tool. So the thing about this is, if someone looks through the windows, hopefully they'll just see this little girly palace and they'll think that's not worth it.
And then on this side?
So
do you want to briefly explain?
The swap over.
What happened and why?
So, if you take a step back, Sean, it'll become evident, but don't...
What's he done?
I think you need to do something.
Are you all right? You didn't jerk your back.
I think you need to do something about
yes,
this step
I haven't
back.
done the patio yet. Give me half a chance.
So
see, when that door is shut, if I'd had the bench here, it would have stuck out to there. Obviously it sticks out that side, but I'm not so worried. And then the other thing is, if it's lashing with rain one day, and I've got this door closed, I'm kind of tucked out of the draft. But on the other hand, if I think, oh, it's not drafty enough, I can open my window.
Oh, yeah.
So it was basically because it sticks out a bit, and I didn't want to be tripping over it.
So this setup is very, well, it's exactly the same as mine.
Except better. So still to be done is all this, the front of this, because it's really messy wood, this is going to be clad down to about here with some nice tongue and groove. Then all the shelves in there of varying depths to fit various things in. This all still needs screwing down.
So when are the curtains going up?
Oh, that'll be next spring, gives half a chance. And then the other thing about swapping is, because I've got windows across the whole front of the shed, and this side, I suddenly realised, actually, I don't have much space for shelves on the walls, for my little bits and bobs. So by...
Can't get a shovel in.
So by swapping to this side, I've actually got more space to have slightly longer shelves.
That's a good idea.
And originally I was talking about it having... Excuse me a minute. Having the potting bench there because of the light, but actually then I was thinking about it, but I've got your old cold frame now, so I won't be kind of having seedlings here, they'll be out there. So it's just an excuse to make a blooming great big bed for the shed. It's always that kind of ching at the end that sounds like you've hit metal. It kind of puts the fear of God in me.
Don't want that bit.
Okay. I'm going to get the batons up. So they're going to go like this. And then the shelving will sit on top of it.
Which I've just cut.
So this is all screwed down now. The front's clad out a bit, which tidies it up. And then I've got some of this left over. So that once all the battens and the shelves are in, I've got more of this to clad down the front.
So there we are, end of the day. It's a short day today because of the weather forecast. You might want to put this.
Have a chair.
Yeah, you might want to put this chair in as well.
No, I'm leaving that there.
So there you go.
It's getting there. What we need now is we need a whole week at 15 degrees centigrade so I can paint and just kind of get dried out a bit.
What you up to then, Vivi? Oh look, the bunting's up.
I'm just being cosy. So I don't have time to paint over the winter. I mean, not time, but it's too cold. But I just wanted to get my shed going, so I've just been putting all my bits and pieces back in place.
So the kitchen, look.
Yay!
The pots are out.
We've got all the tea.
Look at that there. Look how fancy that is.
That's my seed storage. Well, some of it. I've got more to come, but I'm carrying it all on my back from the house. And all my little shelves, I'm all organised. Tiny and small. Yeah, so the shelves have worked a treat. It's exactly how I planned. A place for everything in its place.
Do you want to stand by your kitchen so we can see the effect?
And what I'm thinking about doing, I'm not sure yet. So I've got a nice deep cushion for these two bits. I'm sewing the covers at the moment, that's why they're not here. And loads of cushions for the back so I can get really cosy. But what I'm thinking is, I was thinking about maybe putting in a flap table here so I can flap it up, and then when I'm blogging or that sort of thing, with the shelves arranged like this, I've got everything's to hand, but it's also sort of tidy and put away. I need to sort everything out still a bit because, you know, it's all been packed up. Little space, that space under there is for my big, my trunks and stuff, but at the moment it's just got rubbish and
she's even got a little list.
My to-do list for today.
And she's also got a guest.
And that's because Rusty now has his own bowl. That's how you get to be friends with a cat.
What do you think of it?
All right, Rusty? All right? You've had your nibbles. Oh, I love it. I'm so happy. Come and have a cup of tea. And then in the summer, come and have an ice cream. I'll be serving from the hatch. What do you think, Rusty? Oh, I do like it because it's cosy. Yes, it's cosy. There's food here for me. It's lovely.
Well, it's starting to get dark now, so I've come over to the shed and we're going to pack up and head home in a minute. But I've got the, I don't know what you call them, the builders or the upholsterers in.
I've decided that what Sean needs for Christmas is a pair of curtains. So I'm just measuring up. He doesn't know. Look, obviously I've given the secret away that he knows he's getting curtains, but he doesn't know what colour they are. Pink.
Do you need to know the inside leg?
No, I do not. Oh dear.
What do you think of the light and the
lot.
And the small fire that's in the corner?
I do. Do you know what? It's so. I'm going to nick that fire. It's cosy, roasty, tasty, isn't it? So so yeah. Once you've got some proper curtains as well, and you know it's so nice. Do you know what I'm jealous of with you is that your plot's outside your shed. It's the one thing I always think. I'd love my plot to be immediately outside the shed, but then again, if I was sitting outside the shed having a cup of tea, I'd be looking at everything that needed doing and I'd not relax.
Well, we've come to the end of another episode. It's getting really cold now. So from myself, from the one on the chair, and from the one up there, bye for now. Well, it's come to the end of another year, and this year I think the word of the year is transition. There's been a lot of development gone on.
Change.
In fact, Vivi was just saying, during the winter you do your winter projects, and next year we'd be bored because we won't have any.
Nothing to do.
Sheds are built, greenhouses are built.
I'm going to build my
beds.
kind of fence with bench and patio. So yeah, this time next year we're just going to go off to the Bahamas for a couple of weeks. I
was thinking about your bench because you said you wanted to put a bench and two sides and a back.
Yeah, and then it's going to lift up. So in a way, like the one in the shed.
But I thought, why don't you not put? Well, you can put a bench there.
Yeah.
But make it so strong you can have a hammock.
Oh no, because listen, with a mattress.
And then the thing with.
But mattress in the shed, hammock on the plot.
You wouldn't do
just
any.
Like, I'll be basically asleep all the time.
You wouldn't do any work.
No, it's going to have like a lift-up lid, like the shed bench.
All right.
And the idea being that I can put my bean poles in it over winter.
Ah, it's okay.
You see?
There's a bit of method to the old madness.
There's all a plan. What's been your favourite bit? It's got to be the
Watching
other people do work.
No. My best bit of the year was when I was... Well, there's few. So it was, for the first time I've seen my entire plot turned over.
Yeah.
That shot,
Just the day before they came.
Just that shot, I do sort of think it would have been nice to have kept it like that.
Yeah, or started like that 10 years ago.
But I knew the weeds. Yeah, well, I did a little, but I didn't do it often.
I know, and the problem is, it looks like that for a day or two.
Yeah.
In fact, my new neighbours were saying, you know, they did all that clearing, which is brilliant. And then about 3 weeks later, the first of the weeds were all coming up again. And they were like, oh no, look, there's weeds, we weeded. It's like, yeah, they come back.
The highlight for me was when I had to lift all my crops up. So when I was lifting up my parsnips...
Oh yeah, to clear it.
I was impressed by how short a time they'd been in, but how big they'd been.
Yeah.
And how the no-dig method... Because that was the only thing that I didn't like about the raised beds. When I pulled everything up, you could see all the life that was in there.
Yeah.
And that's when I suddenly thought, oh, don't particularly want to do this, but it did sort of show that the no-dig method is a good thing if you can get all the soil to begin with, you know.
All the soil and the compost and everything else you need, and if you've got transport to get it and all
if you've
that.
got the back to carry it.
And if you've got the money to buy it all, and if you don't have access to free stuff, which we don't down here.
It's quite expensive down here, the compost.
A half a bin bag of unrotted stable manure down here costs £1 plus 50p delivery, so a full bag would be the equivalent of 2, and then they deliver £3.
And the bag is not that,
and that's not even rotted, so you have to leave it somewhere to rot down, by which time it's going to shrink as well. It would cost me
somebody down here bought a lot from the stables, and when they turned up, the bags were only like a quarter full.
Yeah. And
what was your highlight of the year, other than the shed falling down?
Do you know what? Every now and again, if I come home from work and it's been a tough day, I watch that video because I know
people still ask me. Somebody put a comment on the other week going,
"Was it a stunt?
Was that on purpose?"
Yeah. The thing is, even though it's me and I know what's going to happen, I watch it. It's like I'm watching it as a separate person, and it just makes me howl. It's so funny. So I think, oh God, there's so many highlights this year. I think, obviously, the fun of wrecking the old shed, the progress in the new shed. It still needs painting and the cushions done, but it's just so lovely. I'm so happy with it. But I think actually the chickpeas.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because I've been wanting to have a go for ages, and for some reason I'd got it into my head, you know, other people had said, oh, you won't be able to grow chickpeas in this country, and I sort of thought, well, okay, I won't bother. And it just shows, actually, just give something a go. So actually the chickpeas, and then of course those beautiful, the coco de pampon, which are just a most gorgeous bean. And if you eat lots of beans like I do, to have really, really yummy beans.
And what are you doing next year that's new?
Oh, quinoa.
Oh, quinoa.
Which will involve, at the end of the season, threshing and winnowing.
Quinoa.
Quinoa, you called it.
No, some people call it. No,
you called it quinoa in the podcast.
I think
quinoa.
If you go to the Quinoa British Farmers YouTube channel, they call it...
Do they call it quinoa?
Quinoa.
Well, they're wrong.
Whereas I call it quinoa.
Quinoa. Yeah, so quinoa will be the big one to try next year.
It's quite good on cereals in the morning.
Well, I use it as a substitute for where you might have, say, rice or couscous. I use it instead of. So that's going to be...
Well, I'm looking forward to not doing any experiments and just having time to doing it. Because I looked at
your fruit garden.
I looked at the videos of the last 4 years that have been going up over the last week or two. I was looking at them, and the first 2 years, my plot was in abundance.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, it's been all over the place.
I think because you keep trying new things.
I think I got too much into. We need to make videos rather than doing the plot.
And I think
because I don't know if you saw the video of all that fruit of me in the kitchen, and they were like pounds of fruit.
That was that year, and then the next year I had a load of it.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm pinching.
In fact, I've still got some in the freezer.
I have some in the freezer that goes in the smoothies. But yeah, I think what will be interesting next year for you is
just doing it.
you're not going to have any of the kind of the hard physical stuff to do, which is what kind of whacks you for, you do something and then for 2 weeks you're kind of whacked from it. So instead, it would be great to just get your hands in the dirt.
Just do a bit of gardening.
Be doing your sowing, and I think even things like, I think even weeding is going to be easier with the raised beds now.
I'm looking forward
garden,
to.
I can't wait to see how that's going to grow.
Lifting my sweet candle carrots out. I'm expecting quite a bit of girth on them beds.
But we're going to have to see, aren't we? Because that soil you've got is really rich. You can smell how rich it is. They might fall.
They actually put some manure in there, which I wasn't expecting. But the carrot bed, I'm going to do it like the traditional way of putting sand in order to get over that.
So can I just ask, who's carting the sand down there?
I've actually got somebody who's got a couple of quid, There
you go, sir, a couple of quid.
£10 for an hour, I've said.
That's a small child, isn't it? We're going Victorian kitchen garden, hire a small child to do lumping and humping.
So yes, we've come to the end.
Yeah, what a great year. What a weird year. If you think...
Did you have hands at the start?
No, this time last year I'd broken both my wrists.
So we started the year without a hand and we're ending the year without a back.
Yeah, my knees are scuppered. But then just when we thought everything was rosy again, I went and broke all my blimmin' ribs.
Yeah, oh yes. With your,
and then I broke my shed.
With your cutters.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that 2016 was the year of the breaks. I'm saying goodbye to it, and 2017 is going to be the year.
A lot of people are
more relaxing.
A lot of people are having the feeling, taking world events out of it.
Yeah.
But on a personal level, so many people have said to me, 2017 is going to be my year.
I think a lot of our viewers have had a tough year, in terms of health and family and things like that. And so I hope, but through all that everyone's been dealing with this year, everyone's kept their gardens going, and I think it just shows how the garden as therapy, is something. It's hard work.
Well, it's
at
cheaper
times.
than therapy.
Exactly, and you get tomatoes.
And you get tomatoes that you don't eat.
The point is, yes, it's hard work at times, but the rewards. Just that little bit of soul food, isn't it? So hopefully next year we're all going to be fitter and healthier. We all, get our families sorted. There'll always be stuff going on, of course, but I'm thinking my plan for next year is that the allotment is so sorted. I spend a load of time on the shed bed, just snoozing in the afternoons. I can't wait. And you'll be there, lying somewhere between your wood blocks. I'll just see your toes sticking out. He's like, no, he's snoring away.
I've already started to plan where the flowers are going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. I can't wait.
But the problem is, because of winter and there's like 89 days to spring.
89? You're counting.
I have.
You should have an advent calendar to spring.
So I've planned exactly where the flowers are going.
Yeah.
Exactly what's going in what bed, and then 2 days later I'm going, oh no, I think I'll just change that.
Okay, so this is your New Year's resolution for next year.
So I can't wait for the spring to come to start.
Right, your New Year's resolution for next year will be, I will not tinker.
Well, I'm thinking
I will make a plan and leave it alone.
Come January and February, I'm going to be so busy with this
new job.
TV job.
Yeah.
That hopefully I won't have time to change my mind.
I think what's interesting is when you do work full time, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree, is that when you do have time off, it kind of focuses your mind. So if you've only got one free day, you have to make it work.
I think the garden's going to be more important then, because I'm going to be working in the entertainment TV world. So it's going to be, I'll be working in fantasy during the week.
Yeah.
And then coming back to the reality of the plot.
But also you'll be working in a small dark editing suite.
Yeah.
With no light, no air. So when it comes to a Saturday, you'll be like, running down the central path.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I've stepped down from the committee.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want to do on a Saturday is spend 2 hours arguing about how big the trees, whether the trees should be 6 foot or 6.5 foot.
Really?
So they can all go and swing next year.
Yeah, from the 6 foot trees.
I'm tempted to put a fence up around my old plot.
Just keep out.
Yeah.
Man at work or man chilling.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I think that's come to an end. So from us both, a very Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas!
And a Happy New Year. And we'll see you all again at some point in January. Right, put the kettle on then. Oh, my back!
Oh, my knees. We should start a new channel, gardening for the creaking.